Who do you think you are? That is crap in the barrel mindset. If these words are coming out of your mouth, oh, who do you think you are to stop the war? No, I stop the war because I'm a Cameroonian. It is my responsibility to initiate peace in that nation at all costs because I was born there. No one is greater in the sense of saying I have this authority to bring peace in Cameroon. Everyone has the responsibility to bring peace. And with that mantle placed upon me by God, I said, end to this war. It stops. For those below the age of 40, we are not going to engage in this war. If you're doing that, you're on your own. You see what I'm saying? You guys got to start getting used to seeing people like me rising up and saying they are great, and then they prove it. If you say you're great, you prove it. And if they are trying to prove it, don't try to drag them down. Support them and see what they do. And that is how we start eliminating, because as you celebrate me, tomorrow you'll be celebrated. If you insult me today, tomorrow you will be insulted. If I want to criticize someone, I will give constructive criticism. It's to help everybody in the community be better. It's not that I'm hating on you or hating on anyone. If you come and throw insults and stuff, you are a crab in the barrel. And people should begin to identify you. Even as I'm saying these things, anyone that comes under my comment, if they are your friends and they try to bash, anyone that is fighting me is fighting Cameroon. Anyone that is fighting me is fighting every Anglophone. Because I have a good heart to see our people succeed. I have a good heart to see us move forward. I've created an institution to help us reorientate thinking so we can move forward together. If you're fighting me, you're fighting any other Cameroonian that is positive and want to create and make a difference in that nation. And so you guys gang up behind them because they are an enemy to our own progress. And that is why we have been struggling and fighting, and we have been in pain for all these years. Do not let them escape this time around. Anyone who come under my comment and they're negative, I encourage everyone to identify them. Even if you don't fight them under the comment section, if they are your friends, start distancing yourself from them. Because the same way they are hating on me, they will hate on you. They will hate on your dreams. Even if they don't say it, they will silently resent you. And that is why I'm creating awareness about this mindset. It is prevalent in our community. I've lived here in the United States of America, not in the Cameroon community. I've lived in the white community. I've not seen the white people hate on me. It is insane. I've not seen the white people hate on each other. We got to destroy this destructive foundation that we've erected, and it's eating us up. It doesn't matter if I'm from your family. It doesn't matter. You are not God who created me, and you don't know what God has for me. You don't know the plans that he has for me. That's why Jeremiah says, I know the plans I have for you, not for the community, for you, an individual. They are plans of good, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a hope and a future. You, the individual. If you choose to think that everybody in that community has nothing good to offer, that is up to you. You are the one who has nothing good to offer. There are many people in the Cameroon community that God has blessed, and you guys have been holding them back for a very long time. Start getting used to seeing many smart, intelligent, and competent Cameroonians like myself around the world start rising up in the internet. And today, I want to let you know, it's time for you not to be fearful anymore. Be courageous, be confident, and show who you are, and we will celebrate you. We will celebrate every Cameroonian that shows up with something great, and they can demonstrate and prove what they are all about, and we will encourage them. Even if they start small, we will start encouraging them, and they will get somewhere. Hello, great minds. Welcome to another interesting video. Today, we will be talking about crabs in the bucket mentality. If you take a close look at crabs, you realize that if you put one crab in the bottle or one crab in the bucket, it is easy for that crab to get out of that bucket. But if you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, it is hard for either of those crabs to get out of that bucket. Why? Because if one tries to get out, the rest of the crabs are going to gang up and pull that crab back into that bucket. And each time that crab attempts to go out of that bucket, they will even kill that crab. That is how dangerous it is for crabs to survive when they are together. The reason why I'm saying this is because we have this culture in the Cameroon community, in particular the English-speaking Cameroon community. So crabs in a bucket only succeed in pulling each other down instead of thriving to climb out. They resent those who dare to reach the sky. So that is the whole idea. When we are thinking of moving forward as a people, you will often realize that those who pull you down are the same people in your community. The worst of it all is the immediate community that you grew in. Those individuals will thrive to ensure that you fail. They will be the people that will always remind you, who do you think you are? What are you trying to do? Who sent you? Who authorized you to say the things you're saying? Or people have tried this and failed. Or what makes you think that you will succeed? Or look at your lips. Your lips are very red. When they don't find anything to attack you, they will start attacking your body, start attacking your image, start attacking everything about you. And I just want to let you know, there are many great people within the English-speaking Cameroon community that will never become great, never realize their dreams because of this crab in the bucket mindset. You want to dare to start a new venture. Those people are the same people that will always tell you, come on, people have tried that and they have failed. You can never succeed doing that. The reason why I'm saying this is so that you can start identifying those people around you. Right here in the United States of America, this community of individuals thrive because they have been able to identify this crab in the bucket mentality, and they figured out a way to deal with those who have this mindset. And that is why they are succeeding. It's not like those people do not exist, but their strengths and their strategies have been limited. That if they do not change, they always get left behind. There is the mindset here to cut people off. And there is nothing bad with you cutting off people. You came into this world by yourself. And someday you're going to die by yourself. You're not going to go with everybody. Yes, you have a certain color. You were born in a certain community. But you were not designed to live in this group thinking. For example, there is this mindset that everybody in America that comes from Cameroon is equal. You know why the people who say these things do so? They do so because they want to neutralize your greatness. They want to neutralize your creativity. Say, I have read over 1,000 books. And you spend your time reading. You spend your time networking. You spend your time trying to make sure that you get into that creative frame of mind. Another individual spend their time going clubbing, hanging around bars, spending their time doing stuff that is not productive. At the end of the day, they say we are all in America and so we are equal. And we say no to that. We are not equal. We are equal as human beings, but when it comes to output, we are not equal. I cannot spend my time studying, spend my time associating with the right people, making sure I limit the amount of time I spend with negative people, create myself to be this individual, and then somebody shows up and say, oh, because I have Cameroon on my passport and you have Cameroon on your passport, so we are equal. It doesn't make sense. Even in the classroom, we are in the same class. But at the end of the day, the report card has somebody with number 1, somebody with number 2, somebody with number 3, and some others who failed. Why? Because they spent their time differently, even though we were in the same classroom. Just that by itself should tell you people are not equal, except those teachers are crazy to give your fellow student a pass and give you a fail mark. It's based on your productivity, based on your output. And so in this generation, I just want to let young Cameroonians understand, because I'm sparking a revolution. of individuals that will rise up and let their greatness be known by the world. Because when we have this crap in the bucket mindset, the thing is we have no great people at the end of the day. We don't see great people in our community. And if you are looking for a Cameroonian that will represent you at the international level, and we have none, is because we don't celebrate people's greatness. And so what happens in this kind of a community is that people become timid, people become fearful, and they never let their light shine. But today, I want to expose this mindset because we are going to be carrying out a fasting. Every Monday, we'll be fasting for this particular mindset to be dissolved in our community so that we can become great too. And we cannot become great in a group. That is why you see Jesus Christ is lifted up among the Jews and everybody sees him as sent from God. And then we are able to worship God through this individual. If it was up to the community mindset, no, everybody in that community should be crucified. Everybody in that community should be resurrected. It doesn't work that way. And people will think like this in this kind of a community. They always end up broke. They always end up needing charity. They always end up with no industries. They always end up with no businesses. They always end up being backwards because of this mindset. And if you don't understand the effects of this mindset, that is what I'm outlining. Because from now moving forward, you will start seeing Cameroonians like myself in different industries rising up and shining. And anyone who tries to insult them online, we are going to gang up on you. And so if they come and start insulting you and they don't have any constructive feedback to give you as to what you are doing, those individuals, start identifying them in the comment section. And if they are your friends, start distancing yourself from them. Because if they write like this under my comment section, they can poison you. They can kill you. They will always tell you, who the hell do you think you are? This man, forget about his big dreams. They will always belittle your achievements. So start identifying them. If they are your friends, just watch their comments online. Are they giving constructive feedback? Or they just want to criticize? Or they just want to be negative? Or they want to pull down? Because what they will do is they are going to cripple your spirit. They will make sure that you don't feel good in your spirit, that you are competent to dream and be all that you were created to be. And so that is why I'm laying this out so that you can start identifying those individuals. They are in our communities. They've managed to find themselves online and they are revealing their true identity. It's time for you to pick up on them. Some of them will try to bring up your past to hold you down. Some of them will try to criticize your dreams. They'll try to let you know this is the kind of community you grew up in. This is the kind of parents you have. This is the kind of school you went to. They will try to bring up everything about your growing up to hold you down. And I want to let you know, because you knew somebody in your community doesn't mean they will end up that way in your mind because of how you think about them. Because everything started changing for me when I realized that coming to America, I went among the white folks in this nation and I was able to exhibit my creativity, speak eloquently and confident, and I saw how I was celebrated as an individual. And this sparked my curiosity to say, oh wow, so this is how somebody is supposed to be treated. Because when people think about everybody as the group, it is easy for people to just plot and kill you, or hit you, or poison you, or destroy you. So we have to start fighting anyone that, if they're online writing, just watch their comments and you start unfriending them. There's nothing bad with you saying, this person used to be my friend growing up, but because of the way they think, I will stop being their friend. Because being their friend indicates that I will go nowhere. And you going nowhere, you will be of no good to your family. You'll be of no good to your children. You'll be of no good to your community. And so distancing yourself from them will set you in that positive frame of mind to be creative, productive, and be able to contribute to your family and to your community. When you start limiting your conversations with them, you start feeling how you sleep in the night and have good dreams. Distancing yourself from them, you realize that you need to create new connections with like-minded people. Like for those who are in the Nation Builders University, And that is a free university we've created for all Cameroonians to enroll, get your mindset right, be creative, and let your genius be known by everybody in the world. That is the new Cameroon we are building. So start getting used to seeing individuals like myself rising up and saying they are great, they are smart, they are intelligent, and they can prove it. Because in America, if you say you can do something, people will watch you and encourage you and say, let's see how far you go with this, and ask you questions. And those who want to partner with you will say, I want to come on board. What should I do to help you? That is the mindset. And that is why you enjoy these great nations. We cannot just sit back and watch people badmouth each other online, say anything that you feel. We will start exposing you guys right now. Enough of this. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. And so you start associating with like-minded individuals. People are too prone to negativity. We all only want to hear something bad about someone. That is when our curiosity is sparked. If something good is being said, or people are spreading positive information that can help you enhance the quality of your life, no, you are not interested in that. You want to be interested in something negative about someone, or something negative that is going online, or something negative that is going on online, right? That is the kind of mindset. And in this dispensation, we are saying enough of that. When we do all of this, at the end of the day, we want to blame the government why our community is not good. When we do that, fire might be burning. We don't have anyone that we could call because we don't have the best fire department or the best fire rescue department in our community. Why? Because we thought it was the responsibility of the government. And if anyone rises up to come up with a system that can create a better fire department, we want to fight them and put them down. And then tomorrow, when we are in problems, we need help. You see the mindset? With what we are doing here, we will build Cameroon. We will make it be the nation that we want it to be. That is why you go to school. Some people go to school, their whole thinking is that I go to school so I go get a job. No, you went to school and studied so you can solve problems. And for those who are in our community that don't understand the purpose of education, because I've realized even those with PhDs don't understand the purpose of education. They don't even understand how curriculums are being developed. They don't understand that. They think you just go sit there and they give you these textbooks. You read them, come during an exam and regurgitate that information. That is it. You go out there and you go get a job and that is it. No, you were in there so you can see how great people formulated their thoughts to solve complex issues so that can spark your creativity. That when you come across a problem, you can be creative to solve that problem as well. That is why you go to school. This is how books are being written. Or this is how textbooks that you go to school and you study are being written. People live life. They experience life. For instance, the First World War and the Second World War, it was actually individuals experimenting, trying to be strong and prove a point. And some of them failed, like Germany failed in their attempt. That experience was documented. We call it history. You go to school and study what that individual thought in their mind and how they went out there to execute what they had in their mind. And in that process, people document that experience and then it becomes history. That is the same with physics, it's the same with economics, it's the same with psychology, like Sigmund Freud and all these great individuals. It is being documented, their experiences are being documented, and you go to school to study their experience so that you can be creative to solve complex problems. That is how a whole curriculum or history books are being developed. Does that make sense? So when someone, say like CY, is being creative with his 80-20 idea, tomorrow people will document what it was like when CY started this initiative, the battles that he fought and how he overcame those battles into a history book. People reading that now will understand that me too, I can go out there and start a movement like this. Or if I see someone with a movement like this is how I should behave. It is very easy for us to solve our problems today Because whatever we are going through, there are certain individuals in history that have had similar experience. So those individuals that have not gone to school, but through their intuition, they are able to come up with ideas. Those are the ones we should celebrate the most, because they are creating what will be documented and taught in schools, or will be documented and taught in schools. Is that making sense to you? This is how every course, every book, every subject is being created. People going out there experimenting. And as they experiment, if they succeed, they document them, and then they teach you. You go to school, it's an entire course that you go to university and obtain a degree in, say, geography, say psychology, theology. It's people's experience with God. And we went to school and we studied economics with Adam Smith. It's people's experience with economic principles that create this entire course called economics or finance or business, relationships, name it. That is how a curriculum is being created. That is how books are being created. Is this making sense? So you should not value those who have gone and studied more than those who are creative in the field doing it. Henry Ford is a great individual. When you hear the Ford Motor Company, you see the Ford vehicles. Henry Ford was extremely smart, but didn't go to school like the rest of the folks that were trying to put him down because he didn't go to school. They brought him in court and they were trying to say, oh, Henry Ford, can you remember this history? Can you remember what happened? Can you say who was the 45th president of the United States of America and all of that? And he said, I can go down there and get someone and pay them $20 and they will provide that information for me. I use my mind to be creative, not to store up information. Are you guys following? He said, I can pay someone down the street $20 and they will provide that information for me. Today, we value those who sit and regurgitate facts, but yet they cannot use that information that they have in their mind to solve complex problems or provide solutions that can help individuals better their condition. If you have facts in your brain and you cannot use it to solve complex problems, it is useless. So, back to my point. The crab in the barrel mindset is what will make you feel like supporting foreigners rather than supporting your own. The reason why you guys have a lot of issues with the 80-20 idea that CY is pushing is because one of you will rise up and be successful and you have to support them. And the problem is, why should that individual be the one to come up with the 80-20 idea? Why should that individual be the one to start that business and be successful? Why not you? So you will prefer a foreigner that you do not know to be successful than your own, so that at least none of you guys get the credit. That is what is troubling you psychologically. It happened like that with our leaders, and that is why we got into this union. That is why we've been fighting for the past 7 years is crab in the barrel mindset. Why Foncha? Why Ndele? Why all of these individuals? No, rather we be slaves than be free, than work together, because this individual will get the credit. So the credit now becomes more important than the freedom that we desire. Who will help us achieve this goal is more important to you than that goal actually being achieved. But those who think different, it doesn't matter who starts the idea. The end goal is that, does it free us? Do we achieve our goals? Do we become successful? Will our community be free from poverty? Because I don't understand how people will fight someone like CY. It doesn't make sense. I drive around the United States of America. I listen to the local radio station all the time. out of 20 songs that are being played on local radio stations right here in the United States of America, you will hear one foreign song out of 20 songs. Sometimes they go on for a whole day and they don't play any foreign song. Everything is America. Everything that is consumed, most of the things consumed in America are made by Americans. It's just the time now they thought about being creative, and now they had to delegate some of those responsibility to China so that China can be producing. Why they focus on being creative and advancing the world and moving forward. Before then, everything created is from America. You look at the shops around, most of the shops are owned by Americans. Most of the businesses are owned by Americans in America. Look it up. And any foreigner that comes in America, most of them support America. You cannot be here in America and support the country you came from and be extremely successful. The system is set up in a way that you cannot escape that. They have a tax system here in America. When you're done making money, 35%, 30%, in some states, 40% of your money goes towards tax. And then you come back home, you have to pay your bills. Maybe some other 20 or 35% goes towards paying your bills. You're left maybe 15%. You send that home, that doesn't bother the economy of America. And that's why some of you like, oh, we send money back home, we work and we send money back home, and yet people here are not worried. No, because they've worked so hard and set up their system in a way that regardless of how much you make and send back home, you've paid your tax. Not only have you paid your tax, you have to pay your mortgage, you have to pay your bills, and you have to pay for food. By the time you're done with that, whatever you send back home doesn't bother this economy. You're just probably walking away with 10% or 20% of what you've made in this country. 80% stays in America. That is a system. Every nation around the world is doing that. You guys will not experience that if you have crap in the barrel mindset. Because why? You would rather prefer that money goes out of your country. Everything should go out of your country than stay in your country. Because why? You will look at the individual that made it and you'll be envious. You hate them. You will not like them. You criticize them. And the problem is, why them? And to an extent, you start looking at the tribe. Why that tribe and why not our tribe? That kind of a mindset, that kind of a thinking is very limiting. Today, in this generation, we'll start exposing all those people and we'll start shaming them. You will lose friends if you continue with this mindset in this generation. We are changing that. What our grandparents and our great-grandparents struggle with, we will not struggle with this kind of thinking anymore. If we will celebrate individuals, not group. You as an individual. If you're great, we will celebrate you. If Francis Ngannou is the best boxer, we will celebrate him, not the whole community that he came from. If Samuel Eto'o is great, we'll celebrate him, not the whole community that he came from. Does that make sense? And that goes with all the celebrities in Cameroon. The Mr. Leo, if Mr. Leo is great, we raise him up. Look at a great celebrity like Mr. Leo. We've tried every way possible to drag him down, insult him, demean him. This is an individual that is extremely talented. And you find the little things to put him down and try to criticize and minimize his achievements. And that is what crap in the barrel mindset is all about. Those who will minimize other people's achievements. They want you people to be equal. Listen to their words. The words that come out of their mouth is like, we are all equal. We are in America, so we are equal. No, we are not equal in America. There are those who came to America 2 years ago, and they've achieved more than some of us. There are those who came to America 10 years ago, and they've achieved more than those who have been in America for 20 years. And there are those who have been in America for 30 years, and they have achieved more than most. And I just want to say it is relative. And because it is relative, it is subjective, and we cannot generalize everyone to be the same. That is ludicrous. You cannot say because you're in America, you're the same with Beyonce. Because you're in America, you're the same with President Barack Obama. Or because you're in America, you're the same like someone from Nigeria that runs a hospital here, or someone from Cameroon who owns a hospital. You cannot say you are the same. That is a crap in the barrel mindset. Who do you think you are? That is crap in the barrel mindset. If these words are coming out of your mouth, oh, who do you think you are to stop the war? No, I stop the war because I'm a Cameroonian. It is my responsibility to initiate peace in that nation at all costs because I was born there. No one is greater in the sense of saying I have this authority to bring peace in Cameroon. Everyone has the responsibility to bring peace. And with that mantle placed upon me by God, I said, end to this war. It stops. For those below the age of 40, we are not going to engage in this war. If you're doing that, you're on your own. You see what I'm saying? You guys got to start getting used to seeing people like me rising up and saying they are great, and then they prove it. If you say you're great, you prove it. And if they are trying to prove it, don't try to drag them down. Support them and see what they do. And that is how we start eliminating, because as you celebrate me, tomorrow you'll be celebrated. If you insult me today, tomorrow you will be insulted. If I want to criticize someone, I will give constructive criticism. It's to help everybody in the community be better. It's not that I'm hating on you or hating on anyone. If you come and throw insults and stuff, you are a crab in the barrel. And people should begin to identify you. Even as I'm saying these things, anyone that comes under my comment, if they are your friends and they try to bash, anyone that is fighting me is fighting Cameroon. Anyone that is fighting me is fighting every Anglophone. Because I have a good heart to see our people succeed. I have a good heart to see us move forward. I've created an institution to help us reorientate thinking so we can move forward together. If you're fighting me, you're fighting any other Cameroonian that is positive and want to create and make a difference in that nation. And so you guys gang up behind them because they are an enemy to our own progress. And that is why we have been struggling and fighting, and we have been in pain for all these years. Do not let them escape this time around. Anyone who come under my comment and they're negative, I encourage everyone to identify them. Even if you don't fight them under the comment section, if they are your friends, start distancing yourself from them. Because the same way they are hating on me, they will hate on you. They will hate on your dreams. Even if they don't say it, they will silently resent you. And that is why I'm creating awareness about this mindset. It is prevalent in our community. I've lived here in the United States of America, not in the Cameroon community. I've lived in the white community. I've not seen the white people hate on me. It is insane. I've not seen the white people hate on each other. We got to destroy this destructive foundation that we've erected, and it's eating us up. It doesn't matter if I'm from your family. Doesn't matter. You are not God who created me, and you don't know what God has for me. You don't know the plans that he has for me. That's why Jeremiah says, I know the plans I have for you, not for the community, for you, an individual. They are plans of good, plans to prosper you, plans to give you a hope and a future. You, the individual. If you choose to think that everybody in that community has nothing good to offer, that is up to you. You are the one who has nothing good to offer. There are many people in the Cameroon community that God has blessed, and you guys have been holding them back for a very long time. Start getting used to seeing many smart, intelligent, and competent Cameroonians like myself around the world start rising up in the internet. And today, I want to let you know, it's time for you not to be fearful anymore. Be courageous, be confident, and show who you are, and we will celebrate you. We will celebrate every Cameroonian that shows up with something great, and they can demonstrate and prove what they are all about, and we will encourage them. Even if they start small, we will start encouraging them, and they will get somewhere. The kind of spirit doesn't exist. This kind of spirit doesn't exist in Nigeria. This kind of spirit doesn't exist in America. This kind of spirit doesn't exist in China. People are cooperative, and they work with each other. So I just thought I help us identify these individuals. And they will use statements like, let me just show you the statements, because their words are going to come out. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, some of them will attack you when they don't find anything to attack you with. They start attacking your personality, start attacking your looks. So they will say things like, why do you think you're better than us? Just because you're trying to improve yourself. Those are words that will come out of their mouth. Start identifying it. They will say things like, you will never succeed anywhere, so why bother? You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, people have tried this and you're trying to do this. No, people have tried and failed. Who do you think you are? They will say, if I can't succeed, neither can you. You see that? If they can't make it, they think you too can't make it. We were not created the same, bro. They will say, it is not fair for you to try. Like, what? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They like to maintain the status quo so that they can be comfortable that at least nobody made it. It's crazy, guys. And the whole community is stagnant. We are out here like slaves. Live on charity. We are helpless. We are begging for foreign nations to come help us. If someone among you rises with the solution, we bring them down and then we say we are waiting for someone to help us. This crap in the barrel mindset has to go. They will say, you're just wasting your time chasing after something that will never happen. Some of them will say you're just chasing clout. You want to be popular. Listen to their words. When they say these things, they are crabs in the barrel, crabs in the bucket kind of individuals. You're just chasing clout. You're trying to be famous. Mark their words. They will use these exact words that I'm telling you. You're arrogant. They will say things like that. Be humble. So begin to notice their comments. Okay. They will say things like, you will never be good enough. They will tell you things like that. Okay. They will say, you're just making noise. Those are words that this kind of individuals use. Oh, you're just making noise. They will say things like, why don't you just stay in your place like the rest of us? Why don't you stay in your place? They have a place in their mind that they have positioned you to be, like this is where you have to be. They have that in their thinking. Crap in the barrel kind of mindset. They will say, you will never escape this situation. So stop dreaming. This is what craps in the barrel. I'm telling you guys, if your existence in this world doesn't push humanity forward, doesn't move people around you to be better, to grow, to think different, there was no reason for you being on earth. There was no, if you think you came here and everything that has been done will be the same, you will not be on Facebook, because everything before in the 90s, there was nothing like Facebook. If that individual did not try, there will be nothing like Facebook, because why? Everything that was supposed to be done has already been done. So there's no need for something like Facebook. Does that make sense? We have this because people tried. Okay? They will say, you think you are special? These are words of those who are crabs in the barrel. And if you are that individual, it's time for you to start changing your language. Because talking with that individual, reading their comment section, I can know, reading in the comment section, I can know if they are crabs. The way they talk, even if they want to give feedback, the way they write it, I will know if they are crabs in the barrel. Okay? They will say, you're just like the rest of us. So stop pretending otherwise. Those are crabs. Crab mentality. We have to break this crab mentality in our community if we want progress. Identify them and get rid of it very fast. Distance yourself. When they start feeling like you don't want to pick up their calls anymore, when they start feeling like they text you, you don't reply anymore, they'll be like, who do you think you are? Now you're trying to isolate me because you've had that new job. No, I want to keep my brain sane. I don't want to be mentally insane. I want to keep my sanity. Because every time I'm around you, you want to bring up one gossip and share around with people and gossip about others, talk about other people's lives, their children. I'm tired of listening to that. I want to have my sanity. And they will say things like, you are just lucky. Even when you study hard, work hard, they will downplay your achievements. And they will use words like, it's not big of a deal. That thing that you just achieved is nothing big. People can do that. They know how to downplay your achievements and make you feel like you're nothing. They will tell you things like you'll never make it. They will say you're wasting your time. They will say you are just showing off. Those are all crap in the barrel vocabulary. So I thought I put this study together so that you understand. I'm going to give you a solution on how to start working with these individuals or staying away from them. But I just want you to identify them in this video, because today, Monday, we are praying and fasting against the spirit. And we'll keep doing so. We'll do this for like 4 weeks. Praying and fasting against the crap in the bucket mentality over our nation. These are real prayer topics, because sometimes people say, I'm fasting, I'm going to God. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to pray about. I want to give you a prayer topic, because guess what? You can go meet a pastor and they keep telling you, oh, someone around you is trying to kill you. No, this kind of mindset is what needs to go. You identify the problem and then you provide a solution. Okay? They will say, stay in your lane. Notice their words. These are their vocabulary. Some of them write them down. Anytime they say something, you go look at the list and like, oh, I see it. They will say you are being selfish by trying hard to be great. They will say things like that to you. They will say it's not fair for you to get these achievements, to get this dream that you have in your heart. It's selfish. They will say things like that to you. Right? They will try to compare you with others. They will say you are not as good as XYZ. They'll point and try to compare you with others. That is why I say things here and people misinterpret it. Just why? Because of the crap in the battle mindset. They first of all attack you before the reason. Those are people with the crap in the barrel. It has eaten us for a very long time. I'm saying this because I want to let you know, I just want to awaken us. I want us to have this consciousness of what is happening with us. Some of you might be doing it unconsciously because your grandfather did it, because your father did it, because your mom is doing it, because your sister is doing it, because your friends are doing it, and you think it's okay. It is terrible. It is very destructive, and it's going to hold our community down. And so if you are perpetuating this kind of habit online, or you're doing it within your family or within your friends, it is time to stop and change. Metanoia, transform your thinking. Or else, the rest of us will grow and you'll be left behind. In the next 20 years, most people in Cameroon will be rich and you will be broke with this kind of thinking. Yes, no one is going to come with you anymore. It's time for you to say, if you have 2 eyes, you have 2 hands, you have 2 legs, you can think, you can reason, you can read. It's time for you to make the change and you can enhance your life. You can change and enhance the quality of your life, the quality of your thoughts, the quality of your relationships. There is hope for you. It doesn't matter the age. Even if you're 60 or you're 70, you can change right now. This problem is bigger than us even fighting the government. This problem is bigger than us fighting whoever that is that you're fighting. This problem of crap in the barrel mindset is big, especially in the English zone. We have this huge problem and we have to look at it. Some of you want to just put it under the bucket or put it under the table. It's time for you to go in there, look at the problem and address it. They will tell you like you don't even deserve to be successful. They will say things like that. They will tell you you're not special. I think I've said that. So this is what crap in the battle thinking will do for you if you keep this association around. Does that make sense? So now what are some of the consequences? Then we'll go to the solution. So number 1 is lack of progress. In a community where individuals constantly try to pull each other down, there's a significant hindrance to progress and growth. Instead of supporting each other's aspirations and achievements, people may feel discouraged or threatened by the success of others, leading to a stagnant environment where innovation and advancement are stifled. Number 2, distrust and division. Do you see that in our community? Yes. Do you see lack of progress, stagnation in our community? Yes. This is as a result of the crap in the bucket mentality. A crap mentality fosters an atmosphere of distrust and division among community members. Instead of building trust and collaboration, people may resort to undermining each other's effort out of jealousy or insecurity. This erodes the sense of community and creates barriers to meaningful relationships and cooperation. That is what crab in the bucket mindset does for a community. Negative social dynamics. The prevalence of crab in the bucket mentality can contribute to negative social dynamics such as gossip, backbiting, and manipulations. Individuals may engage in destructive behaviors to elevate themselves at the expense of others, leading to a toxic environment characterized by conflict and animosity. You can see that even within this struggle, how people have used this as an opportunity to get back at each other, fight people, destroy their properties. It's not just war. There's people trying to revenge, fight, exhibit spirits of jealousy towards each other. Number 4, limited opportunities. In a community with a crab mentality, opportunities for personal and collective advancement may be limited. People may hesitate to share resources, information, or connections for fear of being undermined or exploited by others. So people don't even share good news. People don't share information that can help others progress because they'll either be belittled, insulted, killed, disregarded because of crap in the bucket mindset. This restricts access to valuable opportunities and hinders overall prosperity. That is what happens. If you were wondering why are we broke, why is we don't have roads, why we don't have businesses, it's because we have crap in the bucket mindset. There is abundant opportunities for everyone in this world. And if we are struggling, there's something wrong. And we have to fix our attitude. We have to adjust if we will experience progress. The last is loss of potential. Perhaps the most significant consequence of crap mentality is the loss of individual and collective potential. When people are preoccupied with tearing each other down instead of lifting each other up, valuable talent, skills, and ideas go untapped. This results in a community that fails to harness their full range of its capabilities and misses out on opportunities for growth and success. If Cameroon, English-speaking Cameroon, will ever be great, it will come from one of us. There is no white man and there is no other man out of Cameroon that will come and make that community better than us. We got to be able to celebrate each other's uniqueness, their gifts and their talents, and we do that for everybody. And as you celebrate me, as you celebrate your friends, they will celebrate you. And that is how we change. I love the video on your screen so that you keep seeing what is happening with the crabs. None of them is getting out of the bucket. None of them is getting out of the bucket. There is stagnation. If you leave them in there, they will all die. Why? Because they are constantly pulling each other back into the bucket. If you leave one of those crabs in that bucket, they will get out. They can't get out because why? They are being held back by others. It's nothing bad for you to give. It's nothing bad for you to give constructive feedback to someone that can feel like this person comes from a place of care. It is one thing to just insult, minimize, criticize, and make sure that others don't succeed. That kind of mindset is dangerous. Now, this is how you move forward from this kind of mindset and those who have this mindset around you. It is unfortunate that you cannot change everyone. And when you dream big and God puts some big dreams in your heart, I mean like really big dreams, you will have to guide that dream. That is why in the Bible you see when Mary was pregnant with Jesus, many people in the community did not believe that a virgin can be pregnant without meeting a man. That was huge. And so even the boyfriend that she was engaged to and was about to get married was not persuaded at the moment. But he loved her, but he was not persuaded. There are some dreams God has put in your heart that people around you will not believe. But there are always those in that community that will believe. Like this dream, making Cameroon great in the next 20 years, becoming a first world nation, training 3,000 Cameroonians in the industries 7 industries that are transforming the global economy. We can do that and make that country great and come out of poverty and obscurity. You see this dream? Pastors have reached out to me and say, brother, we see you, we believe in you, because I was even feeling like, is God not saying to me that this war is not of God and we can cooperate and build our communities? And they have prayed for me and they've reached out. And I say, I appreciate you. That is the spirit we need in that nation. Those who are online saying, oh, we don't know, or this is how you should speak to people and all that. And I just want to say, good luck with that attitude. Keep it up. If you don't change, you'll be left behind. You see what I'm saying? And those who are writing negative comments, when we start building, you must go through a class to reform your thinking, to even work for any of the business or the companies that will erect in that nation. Because we're going to partner with the government and create laws to restrict this kind of thinking. It will not end on social media. We'll partner with the government and create laws that will restrict this kind of thinking. Set up incentives to restrict this kind of thinking. If you're thinking this way, there's no way you'll be broke in that community. You'll be isolated and you'll be broke. Because this habit is destructive, and any nation that is broke, if you look at that nation carefully, there are a lot of people with a crap mindset in that community. We would uproot this. We're trying to fight the government. We're trying to fight, the government is the problem. No. We got a lot to work on before you go talk to the government. A lot to work on within ourselves before we go to the government. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. And those who are in Nation Builders University right now, they are doing amazing. A lot of them have started thinking different, setting up workout routines, dreaming to go start businesses. That is the kind of mindset and prosperity that we want for our community. Every Cameroonian should go through Nation Builders University. Every Cameroonian, it's free. My WhatsApp is right there on the screen. Every Cameroonian should go through the Nation Builders University. We need reformation. We need to reform our thinking in this generation and think as one, act as one. That we celebrate diversity, we celebrate people's progress, that we enhance and support and unite towards or behind someone that is doing something great for our community. Oh, there are people, where are you from? Oh, people have been here for 10 years. They are the ones. No. If those people that have been around, that you knew them forever, could bring the solution to the problem, you would have already been saved. That is why when Jesus Christ came, oh, this guy, where are you from? Oh, there are people here that have been here for 60, 70 years. They are the ones to bring salvation. No, I just came. He was 30, and he said he's the one that God has called to bring salvation. You see what I'm saying? And he did it in 3 years. At the age of 33, he was hung on the cross. He resurrected and brought about salvation. Anytime you go to church and pray, remember you are praying to someone that was 33 years old that came and liberated humanity. It was not about how old he was. It was about the task that God has given him. And those who are going out today to become great and do what God has called them to do, most of them will be young, and God has called them and given them this task. And you have to rally behind them or you'll be left behind. It's a fact. When you're subscribing on Facebook, understand that a young person in his 20s started a company like this. And we should be able to celebrate that in our community. And when you say, oh, we don't have any, how do you want to have a great Cameroonian or somebody from Cameroon that is great, that can go out there and represent you in the world, speak on behalf of your nation and come back with good deals that can help us prosper economically, if you destroy every Cameroonian that wants to rise up and say they are great and they can do something amazing, and you destroy them? How do you expect to have a great Cameroonian that will go out there and represent you in the world and be able to bring home great opportunities, or go study and bring back that information to help us move forward? How do you expect that kind of individual to emerge from within you if you have this mindset of challenging people without asking questions, without even answering questions? How can we progress with that kind of thinking? So guys, like I'm saying, I know there are many Cameroonians that want to be extremely prosperous, successful in their lives, and everybody's growing, right? Now, start thinking of joining Facebook groups where your questions are being heard. There are some people that have said, I cannot even share my experience with Amber in Cameroon in a WhatsApp group because people shame me and criticize me. I'm like, is that how bad it has become? And I say right here, we don't judge anybody. Whether you're an Amber or ex-Amber, we welcome you here. Your information and your story is confidential. This is a safe space where your voice can be heard and you are not judged. Whether you've been a victim of Amber, you've been an ex-Amber, you're an Amber, whatever that experience has been for you, we embrace you here And this is the safe space where you can interact with others and they will embrace you. And whatever we discuss here stays here. How about that? That is a good environment you want to be in. And that is what we are creating for Cameroonians. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, so join a group like this. Share great information. Celebrate your wins. When you win, we celebrate you. It's not about a group, it's about you. We celebrate you. People cannot be lazy in the group and you are succeeding and we just want to join you. No, we will separate you from that group and praise you and celebrate you. Congratulate others when they achieve their goals. That is what we do here. The next step is work with an accountability partner. Somebody that loves you, wants the best for you, and will hold you accountable. Say, I want to start this business in the next 3 months, and these are my plans. Please hold me accountable if I don't follow through with this goal. Get an accountability partner, somebody that you can trust, that loves you. And that is the reason why we created this safe space. You can be able to connect with someone, share your dreams with like-minded individuals. Forget about the family that you come from. Forget about the community that you come from. Find people around the world and within your nation that think the same, have the same positive train of thought, and associate with them. You can never change your family, but you can choose your friends. You can choose those you go on to build businesses with and do life with. You have the choice. Attend local events. Instead of only trying to go to traditional groups and traditional meetings, no, find like-minded individuals that are setting up conferences and business events. Go there, mindset growth events that you go there and you spark your curiosity or you spark your creativity. You come back, you think different. Guys, it's not about America. You can be in Cameroon and still be great. It's all about the books you read. It's all about the company you keep. It's all about the conferences you attend. Does that make sense? The books you read, the company you keep, and the kind of conferences you attend. That is what makes you a great individual. So forget about all of these ideas that people are in America, so they are that smart. They are extremely smart because they got into a plane and came to America. Or they went through Mexico and came to America, so they are smart. I want to let you know it is not true. And that is why some of you back home, you've had instructions from some people here in the diaspora because you think they're in the diaspora and so they are smart, and you've gone out there and done some terrible things. And I want to let you know, not everybody that lives in America is smart. Even those who were born in this country, not everybody who lives in America that was born in America is smart. There are homeless people down the street right here in the United States of America, don't have a house in this country, and they were born here. So don't be fooled. If you can have people who were born in this country living under the bridge, what more of those who came from Africa and in America? And not everybody here is smart. So before you take instructions from someone abroad, be able to think for yourself and be able to think for yourself critically. Don't just take anything that anyone says. Reason for yourself. Does this person mean well for you? Do they like you? Will you lose your life in the process? Are they trying to enhance the quality of your life? Are they pouring into you? Do they believe in you? Do they want to see you succeed in life? Do they want to see you achieve your dreams? And that is what I'm bringing to you. That is what I'm pouring into you. That I care about you. I care about your dreams. I care about your family. I care about your aspirations. I care about your family. I care about you first, before the project, before this community, before Cameroon. You that have come into close proximity with me, I care about you and I want to see that you succeed. That is the kind of people that you should be hanging around with. When friends can look at you in the eyes and genuinely say this and go behind your back and they still say the same thing and they believe in that, that is the kind of people you should be hanging around with, because we've never had this kind of education, right? And that is what I've been taught in this nation. And that blueprint has worked for me. And you have to choose your associations. It is very, very important. People will speak positive all the time. People want to move the world forward. People want to do big things. People will dream big. Friends, you can dream as much as it is free. It is free. Dreaming big is free. Dream as big as you want. I've said if your goal in life is to earn maybe $20 million or maybe $20 billion, set your target to 40 so that the worst comes to the worst, you will get that 20. Dream big. It is free. If it's free, then why do you want to dream small? I mean, like, to dream is free. Why do you want to dream small? Why? Because of your community? Because this friend is going to shame you? Because when you start moving, they're going to look at you and say, oh, what are you up to? Because of them, you're really slowing down because of them. You don't believe that you can change the whole Cameroon or change the whole Africa? You don't believe that? Immigrants have come into America and they have done better than Americans because they dreamt big. They had big dreams. Andrew Carnegie came from Scotland and made it big in America than most Americans and some Americans will ever achieve in their lives. They did big in America. Elon Musk left from South Africa, came here and has succeeded in creating this electric motor vehicle, these electric vehicles. This is something many people have tried in this country and failed. He came and he did it. And I want to let you know, there is no barrier to how far you can dream, even in Cameroon. You can, what we are starting, you guys will go on to change that continent. If you keep your character right, keep your energy right, keep your integrity right, you will change that nation and change that continent and change the world. You, a black man, yes, you. So practice self-education. I've realized, people just go to school when they're done with education. They're just like, okay, you go out there and then you just keep living life. No, when you go to school and get a degree, that is the beginning of your education. You should have a library at home. A library constitutes books that will advance your knowledge in your field of study. You need a library. I can debunk, educate, correct anyone on any of the subjects that I'm interested in because I've studied extensively. I can also identify if someone is saying the right thing because at the end of the day is that we move the community forward. So people are educated, people get the right information and then move forward towards the right direction together. I've studied extensively in every field that I talk about. And I can be able to identify if someone is committing a fallacy. Does that make sense? And you should do that. When you're done with school, that is the beginning of your studies. Every month, when you collect your salary, at least 3% of your salary should go towards buying books. Books to advance yourself, because that's how you get a promotion easily. When you're able to solve complex problems, applying different strategies that most of your colleagues do not have. Why? Because you read books, you got information, you got mentors. You see what I'm saying? And that is why you are advancing and you're climbing the corporate ladder faster than everybody within your organization. And when people look at you and they try to belittle your achievements, ignore them and get away from them so that you can be able to progress and help many people. You're not here to just help Cameroonians. You're here to liberate your nation and liberate the world. So you start with your community and then you go to the nation and then the world. That is what you should be reaching for. Because there are some great things Cameroonians will produce in this generation. We will see it. Enough of saying, some people came to die for others. Nobody should die for anybody. Jesus Christ died for us all. If anyone thinks they have to die for other people, I say that is a faulty theology. Or that is a faulty reality on life. They will say, what about the wars that have been fought? The fact that people fought wars doesn't justify wars. Do you understand what I'm saying? The fact that people fought wars today, people are beginning to realize we ought not to even do that. And that is how we should be thinking moving forward, not trying to relive the terrible events that happen in history. Let's pick the good things that happen in history and embody that and be able to do better. That is why we are here in this world. Not trying to relive history. A horrible aspect of history. We're trying to relive it. Doesn't make no sense. Create an environment where peace thrives at all costs. That is why you are here. To be different, to do different. Jesus Christ has died for everyone's sin. And if you've accepted him, you should not go back and try to relive the horrible things that happen in history. Try to make the world a better place. So self-education is what's going to help you. Like I said, it is easy for me to pick 10 books on war and read it and understand that this doesn't make no sense. It's easy for me to look at human tragedy and what human beings have gone throughout history and understand the mistakes that they made and understand that people don't have to go through this anymore. Not that I try to relieve it and have people lose their lives. Is this making sense? All this crap in the bottle thinking is leading to this kind of environment that we are creating. But I say it stops here. We are going to be different. We will do different. We will act different in this generation moving forward. So that is it, guys. And I think this helps you. First of all, you got to be able to say, hey, bro, this kind of words that are coming out of your mouth, if you keep saying this, we're going to have trouble. And if they persist, start limiting your interaction with them. There's nothing bad with you limiting your interactions with people that are negative and are not going anywhere and don't want to go anywhere and don't want to change and have no hope. The first step is to meet them, tell them, oh, I don't like this kind of thinking. This kind of thinking indicates that we're having this kind of crap in the barrel, crap in the bucket kind of conversation, and it's taking us nowhere. Can we stop this? And if they persist, limit that interaction for your own good and for your own children and for your own community and for the world. Do it for yourself and do it for your children and do it for your people. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is the new Cameroon. That is the new Anglophone Cameroon that we are creating. That we are thinking positive. We love each other. We want to be better. We want to move the world forward. We will love our own. Prioritize our own. It doesn't make sense that I'll cook food at home and I feed the strangers and my children are starving. Or I cook food and my children refuse to eat my food and say they really want the food from the stranger and not the food that I cooked at home. Doesn't make sense. You make a product as a Cameroonian and Cameroonians do not consume that product. And they say, no, somehow it is a terrible idea that I should consume homemade product or something my brother or sister made. If it's not crap in the bucket thinking, I don't know what that is. Just because if you buy that product, your brother will become rich. And so you will not buy that product and say your brother is instead hateful. They are terrible for saying that. Because somehow if you buy that product, they will be successful. There's something wrong with that kind of thinking. Go to Nigeria and tell that kind of story and see how they respond to you. Come here to America and tell Americans that they should not prioritize their own stuff. They should prioritize something coming out from a foreigner. Come say that kind of thing around and see how they treat you. Just try it. Some of you live in those nations. Go say it. Just dare to say it in the nations where you find yourself in the diaspora. Go say it. Oh, right here in this nation, this is what I think should go on. And just hear what they will tell you. Try it. There are some jobs in America that are reserved just for Americans. There are some opportunities that you can only get if you are an American. People know that. My question is, what are some of these opportunities you can get because you are a Cameroonian? Just only because you're a Cameroonian. How can you be a Christian? How are we even thinking? How can you be a Christian and feel like God doesn't prioritize you, even you being a Christian? That you live in a community and they don't prioritize you. Does that even make sense? There should be some things reserved for you because you're a child of God. Does that make sense? And you feel like God is unjust if he doesn't reserve some things for you. Even Jesus Christ had to tell the woman that was coming and creeping like, oh, I need help, I need this. And Jesus told the woman, I cannot give to dogs what is reserved for the children. And the woman had to cry. Even Jesus said this, that there are some things that are reserved just for the children of God. I cannot give it to dogs. I came for the lost sheep of Israel. And the woman had to say, even dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. Jesus only released the healing and the blessing because that woman made that statement. She said, even though I agree that I'm a dog, but even dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. And that is when she received her healing. But Jesus was bold enough to let her know that there are some things that are reserved for the children of God. What are those things that are reserved for you because you're a Cameroonian? What are those jobs that are reserved for you because you're a Cameroonian? In America here, there are some opportunities you can only get if you are an American. The immigrants here, if you do not have the green card or you do not have the U.S. citizenship and you travel out of this country, you will not be protected where you find yourself. But if you are an American in any country and there's trouble, Americans, they'll make sure they prioritize your safety and get you out of that environment. That is the kind of privilege you get for being an American. If you're an immigrant and you haven't had the green card or you haven't had the citizenship, you cannot just travel out to any country that you want. As an American, there are certain nations you have the privilege to travel to without a visa. because you are an American. I hope this sinks. I hope you got some perspective out of this. Let's start thinking different. Like I've identified the root cause. Today, start finding those people online. If they are your friends, start knowing who they are by their words and what they say and what they do online, because they will manifest that towards you. They will secretly destroy you, sabotage your good, and you'll be shocked. And some of you will die not knowing that the closest people to you that had this kind of thinking are the ones who destroyed you and destroyed your family. All right, if you like this video, you're gonna like this other episode, and you can watch it by clicking right here.